Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Your time now just about 8:30. This morning, we are joined by Carlos Briano, who's the Public Information Officer for the Drug Enforcement Administration El Paso Division. Good morning, Carlos. Thank you so much for waking up early and coming on our show
Thanks
today.
for having us again.
Yeah, so we have a lot to talk about. We really want to hone in here on the fentanyl issue, and that's a pretty big issue hitting the United States right now. Can you talk about the magnitude of that, specifically in our area?
Well, back in 2017, it was less than 10 fentanyl-related deaths. Last year, according to the county medical examiner, there was almost 100. And so it's going up in incremental amounts. And this is the case not just in El Paso, but nationwide. It's over 100,000 deaths related to either fentanyl or methamphetamine. But 70% of those 110,000 deaths were fentanyl-related.
It's such a scary situation. I mean, you're taking a look at some video here of fentanyl, and you can see just how tiny those pills are. So deceiving, especially when they get into the hands of, children, kids.
Well, I do want to clarify, some of the fentanyl that you showed is medical-grade fentanyl, which there is. It's administered in hospitals, in nursing homes, but it's under strict medical care. But the cartels are making it in pill form. And they're making fake pills that look like Percocet or Oxycontin or Xanax, but they have no medical use. There's no medicine in it. They're made with fentanyl, and that's what's killing the majority of Americans.
Absolutely. So we wanted to talk specifically about the arrest of a 21-year-old man. Here in El Paso, actually, he sold counterfeit M30 pills to someone who did die of an overdose. M30 pills, what exactly is that? Can you elaborate?
So the M30, the pill has an M on one side and the 30 on the other, and that's the trademark for Oxycontin. And so the cartels, the majority of the fake pills that they make come in that blue M30 form. And so that's what this drug dealer was selling. And unfortunately, these pills that he was selling killed someone.
Yeah, killed a girl that died. She was a teenager, so young.
Yeah, actually it was a young man. Yeah,
a young man,
okay. Yeah, but, again, we don't know if the teenager was seeking a medication or not, or was actually seeking fentanyl. And that's what's scary. And that's what we tell parents and young people, to not try to get medications on the street. Ordering it through a drug dealer or on social media or even a friend. That's not the way to get a medication. And so if he was seeking out the fentanyl, only 2 milligrams can potentially kill someone. That 2 milligrams fits on the tip of a pencil.
Yeah, absolutely. That's funny that you actually say that, because we just had a story on our newscast right now. The CDC also sending out an alert to warn people of buying or trying to buy prescription drugs online from pharmaceutical companies that are not regulated whatsoever, the dangers that can come with that.
We do tell everyone, adults, teenagers, the only safe pill to consume is something that was prescribed to you by your doctor, your dentist. You take it to a pharmacy with a license that's registered. It's given in your name. You get a packet of information that has what the pill is, what side effects, what it does. It gives the shape, the color, the size, everything. And you take it because it was prescribed to you, and you take it as directed. You can't take the whole amount, or I'm going to take half or more. Take it as that medical professional indicated. That's the only safe pill to take.
Good insight there.
Yeah.
And when we talk about that teenager who did die, how big of a problem would you say it is that kids, teenagers, are getting a hold of these drugs?
Well, I'm going to quote our administrator, Ann Milgram. She's the administrator of the whole DEA. She's our #1. According to the CDC, 22 teenagers are dying a week from fentanyl. And so if you think about it, that's about the size of a high school classroom. And so it is the #1 killer according to the CDC, for ages 18 to 45 as well. So it is very dangerous, and that should spark an important community conversation, right, with everyone. We should tell people the dangers of today's synthetic drugs. They're not plant-based anymore, like in the 80s or in the 70s. The drug dealers are making drugs with chemicals, and they're very lethal. Fentanyl is 50 times more potent than heroin. It's 100 times more potent than morphine.
And when we talk about that man from El Paso that is now serving time, sentenced to 15 years, and he's also going to have to pay restitution.
Yep.
With the number of growing fentanyl deaths, we're talking about that right now. Do you feel that there needs to be harsher penalties, I should say, put in place?
Well, when we give these talks, because we do get invited to schools, churches, places of employment to talk about the dangers of fentanyl, every time we tell the audience that's listening that the cartels are not just targeting the community to sell. They're also targeting the community, not just to buy, but also to sell. They're targeting young people to sell the pills. And not just young people, anybody that wants the money, they tempt them with a lot of money. But we do warn people that are being tempted to sell these pills, these drugs, that if you hurt somebody, they don't necessarily have to die. Even if they just end up in the hospital, the minimum is 20 years in a federal prison, and there is no parole. And so the state of Texas has passed a law that they can be charged with murder if the drugs that they sell kill somebody. So the consequences for selling drugs and hurting someone, killing someone, are very harsh. So the public needs to be aware of that.
Absolutely. And for those who want to learn more information about fentanyl, what's at stake here, what is your advice to them?
Well, again, like I said earlier, the only safe pill to consume is something that's prescribed to you by your doctor, your dentist. You take that prescription to a licensed pharmacy, a registered pharmacy. You get it, it has your name on it, and you take it as indicated. If you're trying to get pills from your friend, a relative, so even someone you trust, you can't take the chance. You don't know. It may be a fake made by the cartels, and they're using fentanyl. And 2 milligrams can potentially kill you.
Carlos, thank you so much. Such insightful information and important conversation to talk about.
I do want to point out the resources, right? If
Yes.
you want to talk to your loved ones and you don't know how, you can go to dea.gov/publications. We have a lot of the publications there. GetSmartAboutDrugs.com, a lot of great resources. There's even an app. There's an app called Talk They Hear You that you can download on any type of phone, and it gives you do's and don'ts on how to talk to your loved ones about substances.
Do you think it would be beneficial to maybe bring back more programs like DARE per se to help educate our youth in the classroom? Do you think that there's more that could be done?
So we partner with Discovery Education. They're the experts in curriculums for schools. And we created an award-winning curriculum that meets national standards of learning for elementary, middle school, and high school. It's completely free to any school administrator, teacher that's listening right now. They can get it at operationprevention.com. It meets national standards of learning. It's ready to use. It has teacher guides, student plans, virtual field trips, everything. And the best part, it's free. They can start using it today.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and post this information on our website, along with this community conversation that Carlos and I just had here on the KFOX 14 Morning News. Just go to kfoxtv.com and you'll have access to that there. Carlos, once again, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Want to send things on over to traffic reporter Diana Gomez.